Hello friends, this is a logical follow-up video to the pregnancy journey. I am no longer pregnant and I gave birth to my beautiful baby Bianka. I wanted to do her birth story. As much as it is her birth story, it's also my birth story. I was born on that day as a mom and now she is 1 month old. So I thought to make this video a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. I was feeling like physically very exhausted, also mentally. Now we are in a better place. My due date was on the end of July. Here in Poland, if you are 7 days after your due date, you need to be induced. I think in the US it's 39 weeks. They suggest to be induced, but here before it was 10 days after due date and now it became 7 days, and I didn't know that. I felt a little bit let down by my gynecologist because she did not really explain me all my options, and also me, I did not ask. I was only thinking this noise is hers. I am watching her from the camera. She's upstairs sleeping. I only focused on natural birth, that spontaneous birth, that I would have contractions. I ignored everything else. I did not read about C-section. I did not read about induction. I didn't read about episiotomy. I didn't read about anything medicated. I was only focused on natural birth. And this was my biggest mistake, I would say. I should have read about it, especially when I was past my due date. On my due date, I went to the hospital and did a CTG to check the heartbeat of the baby, and it was good. Doctor there, she was like, yeah, everything is all right. She didn't say anything about next week, if you don't give birth, you will need to be induced. 1 week later, nothing happened. I went for a CTG and it was good as well. But then another doctor came and told me that they would recommend that I stay at the hospital today to be induced, to have pre-induction on that same day, and the next day to give birth. And I was like, no. I simply was not ready mentally, and also my home, I did not have my hospital bag. It was not that day. I was like, no, I'm not staying. Tomorrow I will come. I wanted to come with my will, to be informed in advance, and I wish I knew that before. And I wish I asked more questions about how it looks like and researched more. On that day, I needed to sign a document at the hospital saying that I am leaving the hospital on my own will, and I bear the consequences if there is a stillbirth. Stillbirth, it means you give birth to a still baby, like a dead baby. I signed that after knowing that the CTG was good. I was not about to risk it. And I had mixed feelings. I wanted the birth to be natural, to go on its own. And I knew that until 42 weeks, it's normal. And I wanted to be induced only if at 42 weeks, I don't give birth. When I saw a little bit of the statistics and when I slept and I woke up and I was like, oh my God, if she dies, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. Next day, we were not rushing to the hospital. We were just having a nice breakfast, looking at our home, checking that everything is ready, meaning dishes are done, it's clean, that we have the car seat in the car. I went to the hospital. They took my birth plan, which was totally ignored. So I had the birth plan. You need to have all your blood tests, and it's good to take all the USG, the anatomy tests that you had for your baby for each trimester, and your ID. But also you need to have the wedding certificate. They did CTG and I wanted to be checked. This is something that I had in the birth plan. I wrote that I don't want to have this cervical check. I don't want to be asked if they can do it. I don't want them to do it without my consent. I don't want them to talk about it. I want only if I ask for it. Only if it is very necessary. And I found out that no, they did not respect that at all. I will get back to that later. And I asked on that day just to know how far dilated I am, and it was the same as 3 weeks ago, 1 centimeter. We took a VIP room, a commercial room, where we pay extra to be in private room. Then my husband also can sleep there and he would have food, and the room was beautiful. He had sofa, so we slept together that night. So it was really nice there. The evening comes, the doctor comes, He checks the baby. They inserted this I needed to check these terms before making the video. They insert like a little balloon, like they insert something inside the cervix, and they inflate that balloon, and you need to sleep with it. And it was excruciating pain. I was not informed that it would be very painful. I mean, the whole night I was like regretting, why did I do this? It was so painful. I had like these contractions or cramps. It was, oh my God, like I was like regretting my choice. And I had a really nice nurse who was coming to check on us at night to check the heartbeat of the baby. She was telling me like not even to bother myself to wake up or anything, just I can sleep, and she would check and leave. She wouldn't even switch on the lights. She was really sweet, but she was not my midwife. Then comes the next day. They came and I was still asleep. It was like 7:30. Yeah, yes, it was 7:30, and I was still asleep because I had a horrible night. She told us, "Oh, it's time to wake up. It's your induction day." I told her I had a rough night. I want to sleep more. She said, "Okay, 20 minutes and I will come back." Yeah, we got ready. She came back and we went straight to the Sala Porodowa, the delivery room, I think it's called like that. They put for me the Pitocin or oxytocin. They started with 6 milliliters per hour. I was not feeling anything, and every hour she was increasing. At midday, I started having the contractions, and they were super short, like sorry, not the contractions short, but the time between the contractions, they were short. So I was having contractions for 1 minute, 1 minute break, 1 minute. Yeah, and I was a bit worried because they were so short. I was feeling them, they were intense, but I was able to breathe through them. Then I had the opportunity also to go to the shower, just to release some tension, and having like the water splashing on my back. It was nice feeling. Then I got cold, so I wanted to get back. Once I got back to the delivery room, it was around 3 p.m. The contractions were horrendous. They were coming, I don't know for how long. At that moment we were not measuring them because they were like insupportable, unmanageable. I was not able to breathe through them. I was screaming like an animal. I was insulting in French. I rarely insult in French. And then when it ends the contraction, I will be like, oh my God, what's going on? This is too much. I want this Pitocin to be reduced. And then like I'm not able to finish my sentence again, and then it's coming again. It was so short. I was not having any break. And the midwife like, this is labor. This is how it should go. I don't think so. And she refused to reduce the Pitocin. And she was checking my cervix every time, like every 30 minutes. And I was telling her, is this necessary? Yes, it is necessary. And I don't know why we didn't push for not having that. She said, because it is an induction, they need to check us. And I forgot, sorry, that I had also antibiotics the previous day and that day as well. I was 3 centimeters dilated, and that's normal because of the pre-induction, and nothing was progressing. I was thinking that I am really dilated because like it was so short and I was in horrendous pain. And there was no progress. So for 1 hour I'm suffering like that, and I asked for an epidural. I was like, I cannot. And then like, I cannot. And then like, again, the contractions starting and I'm screaming, and it was horrible. So she was holding me and I got the epidural. Within maybe 15 minutes, it worked. I was feeling my legs. I was able to stand up, and it was, finally I can breathe. After 2 hours, nothing was happening. Like I am still at 3 centimeters, and she proposed to break my water. She broke my water, and it was 2 hours after the epidural. The epidural was the effect is 2 hours, and you need to have an extension. And I didn't want to extend. I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. I will only get it when I am in horrendous pain. 30 minutes later, or even 15 minutes later, I don't remember, I was already 7 centimeters dilated. It was super fast. And I started, the epidural faded away, and I feel like an animal again. I became an animal again. I became a pig, a boar. I became many animals at the same time. I was telling my husband, like, oh my God, I am becoming the animal. I need this epidural now. Like, I need it now. And they were telling me, no, you can manage. Yeah, don't worry, you can manage. You can do it. Like, no, I need it. And then when I was like screaming for it, they said, it's too late. You are like 9 centimeters dilated. Yeah. And I was very pissed off. I was really pissed off because I felt I was not heard. That was 2 hours of pushing. Nothing worked. I was pushing, and the midwife was telling me that I was not effective at my pushes. I was trying many different positions, and I hated that she was telling me, like, you need to push because we will do episiotomy. You need to push. It's not good. Like, it was so negative the whole 2 hours. I'm like, can you please stop talking about episiotomy, that you are helping me to avoid episiotomy? Like, can you just stop? She was annoying. During those short breaks that I was having, I wanted to close my eyes just to have a break and have some power to push after. And the thing with the hospital birth, you cannot really eat. You can have like maybe a little bite of chocolate, but that's it. They wouldn't allow you to eat more because in case you have a C-section. So I was depleted of energy after 12 hours. She was like, okay, no, we need to have an episiotomy. They performed the episiotomy, and within the next contraction she was born. They put her directly on me, and it was, I don't know how to explain this feeling. I always get emotional when I think about it. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing that when she was on me, and she was like with this like still like in this like texture, gluey texture, and she's screaming, like she's crying, of course, and she's like having her hands like around me, like as if she's hugging me. And I have a picture like that, like when she was on me. It was wow, like everything else like was like gone, like all that pain that I went through, all that experience, like it was like doesn't matter. Like I don't want to think about it, I don't want to talk about it. It was just, I was on, I don't know how to explain this feeling. It was the best ever. And I told her, like, come to mommy, and I was like, I don't know, in shock, or I don't know like how to explain that feeling. Really, I don't know. We had skin-to-skin contact for 2 hours, and this is like a standard in Poland now. And she latched on me. She started breastfeeding. Well, it's not really feeding, it's just colostrum. We had these 2 hours like contact with together, and my husband next to me. It was the best, and I think it made the whole difference for afterwards, for the postpartum journey and our bond together. So after 2 hours, the nurse came back with the doctor. They took her. Adam went with them to see. They measured her. She was 3 kilos 356 centimeter, 55 centimeters or 56. So I gave birth at 8:20 p.m. and 11 p.m. we came back to the room, and I am hungry. The nurse came with me. She told me that she can help me to shower, but then we decided like, no, I will just sleep like this. I don't care. Tomorrow morning I will just wash under. Tomorrow morning I will shower. And that night I needed to go twice to the bathroom, and I fainted twice because I didn't have any nutrients. I'm enjoying the motherhood. The first 2 weeks of postpartum, my body was aching. I was not able to walk much. I was not able even to sit. But yeah, like I needed to go through that. But my connection with my baby, I loved her from that first moment. I am sad that I didn't hear many experiences like this, not on YouTube, I mean like in real life, because I feel like many of like my surrounding, my environment, people were having babies as a tool, like to keep the husband in the family, or as an obligation because they were Muslims, and you need like to complete your faith, you need to have a family and have babies. Or like it's just like common dreaded this idea of being a mother. I feel sad that I didn't have many people around me that talking so positively about their babies. So to sum up, giving birth was not the best, but having her erased all of that. I'm grateful, I'm thankful. I am really happy to have my baby, and that's it. And leave me a comment if you have a child as well, and how was your experience of giving birth. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.